Hello everyone. Before introducing ourselves, we sincerely apologize for not to be able to present this topic in the class. I am Abbiyyah Haniya Zahra, and Dian Hardiyanti from the fourth group will presenting a topic from Economic and Philosophical Manuscript of 1844, Karl Marx, titled Estranged Labor. Under the economic system of private ownership, society divides itself into two classes, the property owners and the propertyless workers. In this arrangement, the workers not only suffer impoverishment but also experience an estrangement or alienation from the world. There are four types of alienation, and the first type of alienation is the estrangement of the worker from the product of his work. The products do not belong to the workers. The more workers produce, the less workers has. According to the economic laws, the estrangement of the worker in his object is expressed thus: the more the worker produces, the less he has to consume. The more values he creates, the more valueless, the more unworthy he becomes. The better formed his product, the more deformed becomes the worker. The more civilized his object, the more barbarous becomes the worker. The more powerful labor becomes, the more powerless becomes the worker. The more ingenious labor becomes, the less ingenious becomes the worker, and the more he becomes natural slave. And the second type of alienation is the estrangement of the workers from the activity of production. Labor is forced and does not satisfy the workers. Its only means belongs to another, the property owners or the bourgeois. And the work that the worker performs does not belong to the workers, but it is a means of survival that the workers is forced to perform for someone else. As such, his working activity does not spring spontaneously from within as a natural act of creativity, but rather exists outside of him and signifies a loss of his self.
The next slide is the third form of alienation is the worker's alienation from species being or human identity. For human beings, work amounts to a life purpose. The process of acting on and transforming inorganic matter to create things constitutes the core identity of the human being. A person is what he or she does in transforming nature into object through partial activity. But in the modern system of private ownership and the division of labor, the worker is estranged from this essential source of identity and life purpose for the human species. And then the fourth and final form of alienation is the estrangement of man to man. Workers are alienated from other workers. Other types of alienation are reflected in social relationships. Since the worker's product is owned by someone else, the worker regrets this person, the capitalist, as alien and hostile. The worker feels alienated from the antagonistic toward the entire system of private property through which the capitalist appropriates both the object of production for his own enrichment at the expense of the worker and the worker's sense of identity and wholeness as human being. Well, it is the last from our presentation about Estranged Labor, Economic and Philosophical Manuscript of 1844 by Karl Marx. Thank you for watching and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.